Welcome to Fulfillment Project. I'm Andy Leonard in my Substack, and this podcast is all about exploring what it truly means and how to live a fulfilled life. If you get something out of the podcast, I'd love for you to share this episode with someone who might find it meaningful. Give it a thumb up, a 5-star, and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my Substack newsletter where we explore each topic with questions, insights, resources, and reflections. The goal is that everyone can identify with and find fruit in the content. If I missed something, and I'm sure I did, or if there's something to add, I'd love for you to share in the comments. For those who want to go even further, consider joining Fulfillment Project Premium. You'll get access to study guides for each article and longer form podcasts where I bring on guests to discuss the nuances of each topic. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. Intro. The integrated life. Can you do it all and still be you? In a world that often demands we wear different masks, polished professional at work, tender caregiver at home, charismatic friend in social circles, there's a quiet power in choosing to live an integrated life. The concept is disarmingly simple, yet deeply transformative. To be the same person authentically yourself in every setting. No facades, no exhausting role-playing, just you, whole and unfiltered. But is it possible to juggle life's demands, achieve success, and still find joy while staying true to who you are? I believe it is, and it's a pursuit that promises not just fulfillment, but peace. I've been working on this for years. It's hard to achieve just the right mix and be myself while respecting the nuance and demands of each moment. For me, the integrated life is more than an ideal. It's a practical path to fulfillment. When you stop calculating how to present yourself and simply are, a burden lifts. If people embrace you for who you are, wonderful. If they don't, that's fine too. There's a rare, grounding joy in knowing exactly where you stand with others, free from the mental gymnastics of people chasing. As Mark Twain observed, as only Mark Twain could, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Living authentically is its own kind of truth-telling. No scripts to memorize, no personas to juggle, just the freedom of being you. But how can you do it all? Excel in your career, nurture relationships, pursue passions, while remaining the same person everywhere? Yes, though it's not without nuance. Each environment, work, home, and beyond, carries its own expectations, and honoring those subtleties, it's essential. Here are 3 factors to consider as you weave an integrated life, blending consistency with adaptability. 1. Anchor yourself in your core. At the root of an integrated life lies a clear understanding of who you are, your values, your strengths, your unshakable truths. This core doesn't shift with the scenery. It's the steady thread that runs through every interaction. At work, it might mean bringing your honesty and creativity to a rigid corporate culture. At home, it's offering the same patience and presence you'd give a colleague or friend. The goal isn't to ignore context, but to filter it through your essence. If you're naturally forthright, you don't mute that at home or amplify it in the office. You refine the tone while staying true. Your core is your guide, not a shapeshifter. 2. Set boundaries, but not walls. Authenticity doesn't mean oversharing or steamrolling every situation with identical behavior. There's a distinction between being the same person and acting the same way everywhere. Work might demand focus and discretion, while home invites openness and play. The integrated life respects these differences without erecting barriers. Boundaries allow you to say, "This is how I show up here," while aligning with your true self. I might tease my family with humor I'd reserve in a meeting, not because I'm hiding, but because context shapes expression. The peace lies in knowing these choices reflect me, not a fractured version of me. Identifying the boundaries and responding accordingly is a constant work in progress for me. It feels like a pendulum that is never quite lined up. I'm either too conservative or too liberal in my approach, but always aware and trying to hone it in. And I'm okay with that. I don't expect to achieve perfection. And what a shame if I did. There's no fun in that. 3. Welcome the fallout and find your people. There's the unvarnished truth. Not everyone will adore the real you. When you stop molding yourself to others' expectations, some will pull away. A manager might chafe at your candid style. A friend might misjudge your steadiness as inflexibility. That's not failure, it's clarity. The integrated life isn't about winning everyone over. It's about living with integrity. When you're consistent, you quickly discover who accepts you, flaws and all, and who doesn't. There's joy in that certainty. Those who stay become your tribe, people who see you clearly and choose you anyway. They're the ones who make it all worthwhile. The Stoic philosopher Seneca captured this beautifully. You must be one man, either good or bad. You must cultivate either your own ruling faculty or externals. An integrated life is the cultivation of that inner faculty, your authentic self, over the fleeting approval of the outside world. Similarly, but more beautiful in my opinion, Saint Therese of Lisieux offered a gentle nudge towards simplicity. I understand that every flower created by him is beautiful, that the brilliance of the rose and the whiteness of the lily do not lessen the perfume of the violet or the sweet simplicity of the daisy. You don't need to be everything to everyone. Just yourself, fully and unapologetically. The integrated life isn't about flawless execution or superhuman multitasking. It's about showing up as you, chasing what matters, and savoring the journey. This doesn't mean ignoring the value of others' perspectives. Positive, critical feedback can be a gift worth weaving into your life. I'm constantly seeking fulfillment, which often means tweaking my habits, refining my mindset, or adjusting how I approach things. That's not being a chameleon. It's striving to become the best version of yourself, of myself. Growth and authenticity, they're not at odds. They're partners in building a life that's both true and evolving. Can you do it all? Perhaps not in the literal sense. Time and energy have limits, but you can do what counts and do it authentically. The reward is a life unburdened by pretense, where peace flows from knowing you're not performing, just living. Twain's wisdom holds true. Truth frees you from the tangle of keeping up appearances. Seneca reminds you to choose yourself over the crowd, and Saint Therese whispers that your unique bloom is enough. In that harmony, you're not just free, you're home. And as my mom always said, there is no place like home. Thank you guys so much. Looking forward to seeing you next time.